The Bhagavad Gita is a manual for human life.
Namaste, friends, and welcome to today's video. We are about to explore one of the greatest treasures of wisdom in the world, the Bhagavad Gita. A conversation that took place more than 5,000 years ago, yet continues to guide millions of people across the globe today. The Bhagavad Gita is part of the Mahabharata, India's grand epic. It unfolds on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Two powerful families, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, are about to fight a massive war. Among the Pandavas is Arjuna, the greatest warrior of his time. But just before the war begins, Arjuna is overcome by doubt. He looks across the battlefield and sees his own relatives, teachers, and friends standing in the enemy camp. With trembling hands and a heavy heart, Arjuna puts down his bow and tells Krishna, his charioteer, "I cannot fight this war. I cannot kill my own family. My mind is confused, my duty unclear." This is where the Gita begins. Not as a story of war, but as a dialogue about life itself. Lord Krishna, who is not just Arjuna's charioteer but the divine himself, begins to guide him. The Gita is a dialogue of 18 chapters and 700 verses, where Krishna answers the eternal questions of human life. Who am I? What is my duty? How do I face challenges? What is the true meaning of success? And above all, what is the path to liberation? Now let's go through some of the Gita's most powerful teachings. 1. The immortal soul, Atman. Krishna explains that the body may die, but the soul is eternal. Weapons cannot cut it, fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, and wind cannot dry it. This teaching reminds us not to fear death, because we are more than our body and mind. 2. Dharma, righteous duty. Arjuna is a warrior, and his duty is to fight for justice. Krishna teaches, "It is better to die performing one's own duty than to live performing another's." This is not just about war, it's about all of us. We each have a dharma, a responsibility, whether as a student, a parent, a teacher, or a seeker. 3. Karma Yoga, selfless action. Krishna gives one of the most quoted lines in the Gita. "You have the right to perform your actions, but not to the fruits of your actions." This means we should focus on effort, not on worrying about results. When we work selflessly, without attachment, we find inner peace. 4. Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion. Krishna reveals that love and surrender to the divine is the highest path. Whoever offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or even water with devotion, I accept it. This shows that God does not seek riches, but the sincerity of our heart. 5. Jnana Yoga, path of knowledge. Through wisdom, one realizes that the self and the supreme are not separate. Krishna declares, "The wise see the same self in a learned scholar, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and even in one who eats dog's flesh." True knowledge leads to equality and compassion. 6. Balance in life. The Gita is very practical. Krishna advises moderation in everything, in food, in sleep, in work, and in rest. This balance is the secret to discipline and peace of mind. You may wonder, how does a 5,000-year-old scripture matter in our modern lives? But think about it. We all face situations like Arjuna. Confusion before making big decisions. Fear of failure. Stress from expectations. Emotional pain when faced with loss. The Gita gives us tools to face life's challenges with clarity and strength. For example, at work we can practice karma yoga, focusing on effort, not just results. In relationships, bhakti yoga teaches us to love selflessly. When anxious, Jnana Yoga helps us remember we are not just the body, but the eternal soul. The battlefield of Kurukshetra is not just history. It is a symbol of the inner battle we all fight, between fear and courage, doubt and faith, selfishness and selflessness. After listening to Krishna's words, Arjuna transforms. From confusion and weakness, he rises with clarity and determination. He picks up his bow again and says, "My doubts are gone. I am ready to follow my dharma." That is the power of the Bhagavad Gita. It awakens the warrior within us, giving us strength to face our own battles. The Bhagavad Gita is not just a religious text. It is a universal guide to living with wisdom, purpose, and peace. Even reading a few verses every day can transform our perspective. So, if you haven't yet, pick up a copy of the Gita. Approach it not as a scripture, but as a personal guidebook for life. Thank you for joining me today. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such insights. And as Krishna beautifully says in the Gita, whenever righteousness declines and unrighteousness rises, I manifest myself to protect the good, to destroy evil, and to re-establish Dharma. Jai Shri Krishna.